Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. Another lovely day out in Vancouver area. Easter weekend. I think today is Saturday of the long weekend, although I think for most of us it's a long weekend anyways because we're maybe not working because of the lockdown. Obviously there are lots of amazing people out there that are still working as they are considered essential services, grocery workers, delivery people, nurses, doctors, EMTs, fire, police, all of those essential services that we rely on to make our lives so smooth and easy. So I absolutely 100% appreciate all of those people that are still having to work through this pandemic and keep us all safe and keep us all going. In the meantime today though, I'm going to do another pour over. This here is a Buddha stone statue that I've had on my balcony for about 7-8 years. I'll give you a little close-up of him. He's pretty amazing. He's also very heavy. So normally I like to do, quite often I like to do pours over top of a canvas so that the runoff can be used then on the canvas to create 2-for-1. But this is way too heavy to put on a canvas. It would just completely sag in the middle, if not maybe even damage the canvas. So I'm going to pour him on this plastic sheet, and I've drawn a circle around him because after I've poured over the Buddha and put him aside to finish drying or dripping, I'm going to then dip this 10-inch cake round into the runoff paint, plus I'll add a little bit of paint around to just make sure I have enough. So the colors I've chosen to use to honor this Buddha are mostly metallics, except for I'm using this black here. So this black is the DIY Now brand, just called Blackout. This is a very, very thick paint, so I had to add more Floetrol and water to this one than I did to the other colors. So we've got the black, we've got the Artist Loft Silver. This one's actually a bit thinner than the rest, so I didn't have to add as much. Very, very little tiny bit of water. I've got two golds combined here. I've got the Artist Loft Old Gold, but I didn't have very much of it, so I also used this DIY Now Cleopatra Gold. So it's a brighter gold, whereas the old gold, of course, is a deeper gold. But combined, they make a really pretty bright gold, so I'm looking forward to that. And then the other color I've chosen is Artist Loft Metallic Purple. So purple is my favorite color, and purple also can be looked at as, you know, royalty, etc. So that's what I'm going to do with those today. And I just need to grab a cup. So I'm going to layer them into the cup and then pour them over the Buddha. So let's start with doing that. Let's see here. I'm going to start with the purple, so I'll put that in front so you guys can see where I'm doing it. Hopefully be able to get at least 2 amounts of each of these little cups. So that is the metallic purple. This is the combo golds. Then I think I'll do some of the black next. And then some of the silver. I hope everybody is managing to have a good time over this Easter weekend. I know it's really difficult if you're self-isolating, stuck in home, maybe not be able to get together with friends and family like you might have in the past. It's definitely challenging, but it is the right thing to do, so I hope that people are doing that. There's definitely been some controversy here in BC with people yesterday, especially out on the ferries. They're asking people not to take ferries to Vancouver Island or back and forth unless you are considered an essential or if it's an essential reason. I know it's challenging. This is Easter weekend. You want to see your family, your friends. But, oh, people, please, the right thing is to stay home and self-isolate so we can get this virus under control sooner rather than later, and then we can all get back to our everyday lives. Anyways, enough about that. So I'm going to just keep layering here. Definitely got more than enough paint, but that's okay. And the silver. I wonder if I can go one more round. I think I will go one more. Like I said, I can always do one, maybe even 2 dips out of this if I have that much leftover paint. I don't like to waste paint, so I'll use it up as best as I can. Let's put all of that in there. And then the rest of the golds. Almost lost my grip on the cup there and dropped it into the big cup. That wouldn't have been good. Okay, and then to the black. So I was surprised at how thick this black is, which is sometimes why it's hard to give a measurement to somebody when I go, how much paint did you use and how much Floetrol did you use? I used, usually I'd use 1-to-1 Floetrol to paint and then add a bit of water if necessary. With the black I actually did more Floetrol and more water than average, but again I didn't measure it. I just tend to eyeball it unless I'm really looking for a specific technique, like when I was creating my blob paints. And that, then I definitely did measure that because you want it to be very precise to get the right effect with the blobs. And Julie Cuts so lovely released her blob, what's the word I'm looking for? Her blob makeup formula just the other day on her YouTube channel. So that's really lovely of her to do that and share that, because she's an amazing artist, and she did a lot of experimentation that saved all of us a lot of time and trouble. All right, so let's go ahead and pour over the Buddha. I cleaned him beforehand, just before I start here. I actually cleaned him beforehand just with a toothbrush and some warm water and that, and then rinsed him and let him dry overnight so that he'd be nice and clean, not any dirt or pollution from being outside. Wow, this is looking amazing. I'm pouring down off the top of his head more than I might if this was a normal object, because he does have lots of ridges and edges and tiny little areas, and but oh my goodness, these colors look amazing. I wanted to choose the metallics and the purple because I feel that honors the Buddha. I am not a Buddhist, but I do take some of my personal beliefs from the Buddhist system. I take my personal beliefs from a number of systems, religions, whatever label you want to give them. But oh wow, that is simply amazing. And I don't think I'm going to need to add any paint around the circle. I think I might have enough runoff for the dipping. Let me just make sure we get paint everywhere. Want to make sure I get everything covered before I move him. Wow. See, there's so many nooks and crannies on him. I want to make sure everything gets covered. Okay, I think I've got that. So we're just going to pause for a minute. It's going to clean up my hands, and we're just going to let him drip for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll move him off the plastic. I've got this tray prepared here. This is the styrofoam tray I used in my previous video to pour with, and I've just put this plastic disc I had with some tinfoil over it. I'm going to rest him on top of there so that he can drip. So we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're back. Seems to have slowed down, if not even dripping at all anymore. Once I'm done this whole thing, I'll bring you in for a close-up of both sides of him. You should absolutely see the back is amazing. So I'm just struggling to put on my glove here. So I'm going to very carefully now lift him up, but he is heavy, so, and I couldn't figure out any way to put something under him that would enable me to grab that item to lift him up. So I'm just going to move him up, and I'll just not worry about any fingerprints. Like I said, he's very heavy. Put him over there. All right. So now we've got this circle. Before I do that, so I want to show you the cup, because the cup, I don't know, sometimes the cups like look amazing. That's the outside of the cup from where the paints were layered. I wish sometimes I could just keep these. So pretty. Even the inside of the cup, you know, it's harder to see inside the cup, but look at that. Even that looks gorgeous. Anyways, I find them quite pretty. So I've got this other purple. This is just Artist Loft Violet. I remember correctly that I mixed up for another project and hadn't used it all. So I'm going to use some of that right now to help me make sure I have enough paint for this dip. And I'm going to do never thought about how I might spread this, so I think I'm going to carefully pick up the edges one at a time, maybe the corner, the side, etc. of this plastic, so that I can help this paint spread, because I don't want to spread it obviously using a palette knife or a stick or anything like this, because then it's just going to smear the colors. So let's see what we can do just by this. I just want to spread it so it goes over the red line that I created for the size of the cardboard cake round. There's a lot of paint on here. Perhaps didn't need that purple, but I also didn't want it to be just exclusively the grays or the black and golds and stuff that will mix and not necessarily create a pretty color. So let's just see if we can get this to spread a little bit further this way. And then back again. There is a lot of paint on here. Okay, let's just push the paint back into the middle a little bit. Alright, so I'm feeling we might not get a lot of definition of colors. Here, as you can see, they're already blending a little too much, but that's okay. Let's see what happens when I press this on here. Of course, lifting it back up might be a challenge. I didn't have anything I could put on here to when push pins will go right through it, because it's not very thick, this cardboard. I could have used a canvas, I guess, but I didn't want to. I have a limited number of canvases right now, and not being able to get out and get any more. And I know that Michael's and other places are doing either curbside pickup, but I don't have a car, or some of them are doing delivery, but it takes longer, and some of them aren't. And so I'm just going to try and make do with the canvases and stuff I have for as long as possible while still enjoying myself. So picking this straight up is hard to do because the plastic is sticking. There we go. Okay, so that's just basically a black disc with hints of purple in it. But you know what? I'm not going to throw it out. I'm going to keep it because I can definitely use it as a background for something else. So I'll give you a little bit of a close-up of that. So not bad. Like I said, I wasn't 100% sure if that would work out, and I'm okay with that. Let me just grab something to put this on. a couple little cups. It's hard to see these things one-handed. I don't want to put this down. One more. They're kind of stuck together because I haven't cleaned all the paint off of these yet. Come on. There. That's not good. Okay, so I just got some cups over there that I can put this on to dry. And like I said, didn't do anything dramatically creative right now, but that's okay. I'll use it as a base for something else, and I think I will dip one more because I can. So let's do that again. Pushing it down pretty hard, which does mean it sticks to the plastic pretty darn good. There we go. And that one actually has almost like leaf veins running through it. I'm going to leave that like that, and I might even just, hopefully they won't settle too much, and I might be able to accent those in some way. So let's just make a space for that to dry. Sorry about that. Okay. There we go. So we'll leave those to dry. I'm going to move this plastic out of the way, see if I'm going to let this dry. I don't use this plastic much, so I'm going to let this dry on a flat surface and might be able to get some amazing skins out of this. So bear with me for a minute and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're here. So this is the back of the Buddha. This little bit down here is just the tinfoil poking through on that little cap that I put there for him to rest on. But this is the back. I'm going to show you some close-ups of that, as close as I can get with my camera. It's pretty amazing. I love this part of the back of his shoulders here. Just glorious. And coming up to the top of his head. Now I'll just see if I can turn him around slowly for you. So let's go down what would be his right side. Going down there. Beautiful. Just love how this right here is just dripping very lovely. So again, down to the bottom. Let's go around to the front. So this is the front of the Buddha. There are some symbols there all across his band, but I don't know exactly what they mean, but it is very beautiful. And then here we go to his face. I love the way his beard is highlighted right here. Very, very pretty. And his eyes and his forehead. That purple and gold and silver on his forehead is just amazing. And we'll even go right up to the top of his head. So you can see there. Look at that. That is just beautiful. And then we're going to go over to his left side. And there's his left side. Beautiful. I love this purple here. It makes me think of the folds and draping of a robe. And this part of purple right here is very, very pretty. As if you've been watching my channel, you know that purple is my absolute most favorite color. Let's just move him back to the front. And I'll take a little bit step back there so we can get him all the way in. Yeah, I'm really, really thrilled with this. And we'll just take a quick glance at those two dips that I did. So there's the first one that I did. So you can see some of the purple and the silver, but the colors did tend to blend, of course, too much. Not totally surprising. But like I said, I'm going to let them dry because they are very pretty. And I will use them for a background for something else. And here is the second one. And like I said, this makes it look like the lines of a leaf, the veins in a leaf. All these lines. So I'm hoping they will stay that way and not flatten. And again, I might do something to enhance this, maybe with some gold or gold leaf or something. I don't know yet, but I'm hoping it dries like that so that I can use that texture for something. So once again, thanks very much for watching me. Hope you enjoyed this video with this different kind of a pour. I love doing pours over everything. Hope you have a great day. Hope you're staying safe and healthy, and that all your loved ones and friends and family are also staying happy and healthy. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll put that push that subscribe button down at the end there and hit the bell notification to notify yourself when I'm putting up another video. Thanks again. Have a great day.